God has not called you to count thumbs. That's right, not to count thumbs. It's quite easy to fall into this trap of having a census done. So you find in the prophets that they were told to deliver the message that God had given them. You find this in Ezekiel, the watchmen are told that if they see the sword coming, that they need to warn the people. And when they warn the people, then they will be guiltless. But if they do not warn the people, they will not be guiltless. So, if people hear the message and reject it, that's not on you. But if you do not share the message, then it is on you. So, you find this in the Apostle Paul, his life. You find it in his life. In the book of Acts, he talks about how that he's not guilty of blood of men, so that blood of men will not be put upon his head. That he was faithful to administer and give the gospel. Calvin, in his Institutes, picks up on that and gives the charge to pastors that it's your responsibility. You watch after the flock, like the watchmen. When danger is on the way, you need to warn them. And if you do not, you are the one who's going to be held accountable. So it is a heavy calling. Jonathan Edwards, in his, I'm trying to remember the title of it, A Warning to Professors, that he gives a very similar charge. And he talks about how, one of the things that we can't be hypocritical in their actions, but you take from the prophets the example that in your calling, if you are an elder, if you're a pastor, if you are a teacher, you are responsible to keep guard over the flock and to warn and to help them to see the danger. But what if you're using all these platforms? You're using social media. You're using your Twitter account. That's one of the reasons why I put up a Twitter account, was to let messages be put out. And people are not responding. Or maybe people are passing by. But think about the prophets of old. That, maybe you're performing some prophetic demonstration and people are walking by. They're not inquiring of what you're doing, what you're up to. So they've come across the message, but they've ignored it. And this is what happens a lot of times. And it is easy for us to look at all of the likes, all of the reposts of others, and to see, there's not so much on yours. And to think, well, maybe I'm really not called to do this. And so you have to wrestle with that question yourself. But it's just justified to pastors, teachers, elders, those who are, involved in social media ministry, but people who are also doing acts of service that are more tangible, more hands-on, that they may not be recognized, they may not be appreciated in what they're doing, so they become disheartened and thinking, well, maybe this isn't really what I need to be doing, and maybe they're not getting recognition or being asked to do things in their church, and it can be discouraging. So my encouragement is to take heart, be like those prophets of old, deliver the message. It's not up to you. It's not dependent upon you. If people aren't so persuaded to share what you are doing, they will do it. And God will bless that. Just think about Scripture itself, that only through the providence of God, working through the means of inspiring people to be moved, to preserve His Word, that we actually have the Scriptures. It's only by that. So, even the greatest examples you can think of are completely dependent upon God. And it's easy to say that, it's easy to think about that, but you have a comparison going on between you and somebody, maybe and you think to yourself, well, I can say that, I can do that, and yet it's not picking up. Don't let it be your concern. Don't let it be on your radar to think that it's up to you. It's important to keep checking in and seeing what's going on. Put out the message. Do the work. And God will bless. He will be the one to bless. So, take heart. Be strengthened. Take the example of the prophets and Jesus, who, I'm sure, in his crowds of people that he was talking to, there were others on the outside who just heard it from a distance. They saw the group gathered, but they walked on by. So, be faithful, do the work, and don't be discouraged. Have a blessed time.